Good evening and welcome to UBC News Tonight with me, Sharon Kyomugisha, at 10 p.m. Today, President Sharon Museveni has again emphasized the importance of supporting free education in all government-aided schools at both the primary and secondary levels across the country. The president concluded his three-day wealth creation tour of the Great Kigezi region with a public rally at Refugee Playground, Refugee District.
Refugee Playgrounds in Refugee Sub-County, Refugee District has hosted Kigezi Regional Wealth Creation Public Rally. This has been convened by the President of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, as he entered the third day of the area wealth creation visit. To accompany the President in Refugee District were a team of members of the Cabinet, Legislature and NRM High Command.
Tushaziremu mutari w'ejo ni Yoweri Museveni kandi tukereze ekyandiko ekirimu ebyetengo byaitu bya Kigezi konganya mukureba kwanje ekyo tino kubanza nakyo okongeraho obusingi hariho obusingi omunsi ekindi ekikuru munonga.
Museveni re-echoed his message that development is not in any way associated to wealth.
Enguto, amarwaro, amashomero, ebinentunguka. Konko bugeiga, n'ubuhoro, n'ibyawe, umunji yawe. Ato buhoro buwatsigaye mukasheshe.
He therefore emphasized the need to double the effort and mindset change towards wealth creation among the Banyakigezi.
Mwaba ntugamba hakubaje mutandise ibintu ibi mumanye ngo entunguka nebasa kubaho konko buhoro n'ubuguma shombana nimbashaba tani nde benye muri abana bato nimbashaba ngo musimuki muri message ya NRM.
Museveni has also called for support towards agitation for free education for all.
Ito tanto elango kushaba sento mashuru gavete kurijeho
to Museveni, an educated community builds a better nation.
Abana bashomere kusha bagujuka nubeja kuyambi yanga lyona nabone beyamba kandi bayamba nabana ababagaiga yanga ndetebekana.
This public engagement makes the end of the 3 days visit by the head of state in Kigezi sub-region, although he will hold a regional media engagement on the Saturday, 15th February 2025. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
President Yoweri Museveni has challenged the leaders of Kigezi sub-region to rally masses behind wealth creation programs. This was during his second day of PDM and wealth creation assessment of the region, where he decried land fragmentation as a catalyst for poverty in Uganda and beyond. This, he said, shortly after receiving a memorandum from Kigezi presented by Rujumbura County Member of Parliament Jim Katugugu Muhezi, in which leaders sought, among other things, government support to tea farmers.
This is how yellow Rukungiri town was painted on Thursday. Leaders of Kigezi sub-region prepared to receive President Sharon Museveni for his routine parish development model and wealth creation assessment tours.
We must insist that there is quality service delivery. We must have cohesion to work together. The successful of a chain is its softness and all the teeth working together.
One sector after another, each presented their progress from agriculture, works, education and health, among others.
We have solved, I can now say nationally, that we have solved the problem of availability of FMD vaccines.
So to me, I feel this is worthwhile and I cherish it.
National coordinators of Emyoga and Parish Development Model also presented statuses of their progress.
Yes, I've just written a circular just before I came to Kigezi, and you'll be receiving it, guidelines that streamline the selection process and how money will reach the beneficiary's account.
Because it cannot serve you at a go. So we want some people to take it, utilize it, pay back that money to the circle, so that the circle leadership can sit and see which people can take it for the second or third time.
By the look of things, I see the area is highly endowed with a lot of natural resources, and the PDM is just augmenting the already base which has been set in the area.
By the time the president came, all was set for his reception, with presentation of a summary of activities.
Your Excellency, the members here had an interactive session. I want to thank them. But what is very, very key for you to note, even when it's going to be emphasized in their memo, is the issue of compensation of the tea farmers, and they said it very vividly.
This was followed by a memorandum of understanding presented by Security Minister Jim Muhwezi on behalf of Kigezi leaders.
The proportion of households in the money economy has increased from 51.5% in 2019 to 67.2% in 2024. Due to the good wealth creation program of the NRM government, the proportion of households in the subsistence economy of Kigezi sub-region has reduced from 48.5% in 2019 to 32.9%.
At this point, it was just ripe that the president spoke to the leaders, hence the extension of invitation from the vice president.
Uganda is now in lower middle income status, moving towards upper middle income status and beyond. Let's clap for His Excellency the President.
For the president, his was nothing less than a message of wealth creation and poverty eradication.
Hatu nubuna kuombeka, niza kuombeka factory y'ibyoma rubanda. Aboka hariyo butari. Nuje kushanga mu factory nakora mu abantu rukumi mu factory. Abantu batunga umushahara. Abandi bayinot hotera.
President Museveni's wealth creation gospel continues across all regions, with the idea of making poverty a thing of the past in Uganda. Henry Okruch, UBC.
Prime Minister Robin Nabanja has assured investors in UAE intending to do business in Uganda of full government support. This was during an engagement with several investors and stakeholders in Dubai at the sidelines of the World Government Summit, where she also met the Prince of Malaysia.
Prime Minister Robin Nabanja has made several investment engagements with a number of investors in United Arab Emirates in a meeting that was graced by Uganda's ambassador to UAE, Zake Kibedi, and technical officers from Uganda. While addressing the investors, Premier Nabanja assured them of peace and security in Uganda and a tax-conducive environment for investments.
Worldwide, there is no investor who can be attracted to an economy to make losses. And so, I know you do not want to make losses. So we shall support you, having put all your support and money and investment in our country.
The meeting took place at Al Habtoor Palace Hotel in Dubai, where the Premier met Oracle Digital World dealers in digitizing of services, Al Sahara Group of Companies, and MS Essa Gurair. She also engaged with the DPO World, who also showed interest in establishing a cargo handling facility in Uganda, and the Prince of Malaysia, among others.
We had a lovely chat earlier around how quickly technology is advancing and how fast things are moving. And we would really like an opportunity to see if we cannot support you in adopting some of these technologies. It's going very, very fast.
Try and build better relations between not just Pahang but Malaysia and Uganda, especially because Omar is Ugandan, and also we are looking at bringing a GovTech company along with some other potential.
Several investors expressed their readiness to start business in Uganda, but also asked for clear process of documentation. Nabanja assured the investors that Uganda has put in place several policies aimed at supporting investment in the country.
Today, because of our major investment over here, we want to move forward in other areas. So my board has asked us that when we were exporting from UAE to Uganda, there was this initiative which was BOO. So we said, okay, here we are going to put our plant over there and we will start manufacturing. This is what we want to be part of the family. So we went over there, we put, as I told you, first plant, now we've put a capital investment over there. The issue which we are facing as of today is the duties, the local duties, which we were paying before also, and they're still being paid. We have to pay them.
Uganda's ambassador to United Arab Emirates, Zake Chibedi, is optimistic that this engagement will attract more potential investors.
For us to put in place an effective team to receive them and ensure that we fast-track their establishments in Uganda.
Prime Minister Robin Anabanja also visited one of the smart police stations in Dubai with the ability to understand at least 6 languages. The police station is automated to register cases and forward them to the central police station.
This station have no jurisdiction at all, so if I have any case that happens within Dubai, I can come to this smart police station.
Premier Nabanja was in company of the Minister for Public Service, Muruli Mukasa, the Minister for Gender Duties in the Office of the Prime Minister, Kasule Lumumba, State Minister for Environment, Beatrice Anywar, Uganda's Ambassador to United Arab Emirates, Zake Chibedi, permanent secretaries and other technical officials from the government of Uganda. The Premier is attending the World Government Summit 2025, aimed at exploring measures on how governments can work together to benefit in trade, environment, health, and was held under the theme Shaping Future Governments.
The Secretary General of National Resistance Movement, Richard Todwong, has called upon people of Koboko district to embrace parish development model in order to alleviate poverty in households. His message was delivered by the NRM Director of Finance and Administration, Hajat Naha Medina, during the belated NRM Day celebrations of Koboko district that was hosted yesterday at Kerry Town Council, where the NRM also welcomed new converts from the National Unity Platform and an independent. Take a look.
You're welcome.
And most of the issues that were raised were about achievements of the NRM, like you had. The significant achievement, of course, is the peace and security, which was also echoed in the Secretary General's message. The Secretary General emphasized the fact that the people of this region were once exiled by the former governments before 1986, and the coming of the NRM government that ushered in peace brought back our people. And clearly that was demonstrated in the year 1986-87. His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, when he took over power, he came up to Oraba border to call back the people from this area to come back home. Of course, the other key issue is the socio-economic transformation that the NRM has pushed to this level and is significantly seen in programs like the PDM right now, which the the NRM government is sending 100 million per parish per year to every parish of Uganda. Most government programs were, hanging at district level, but now we've gone down to the grassroots. We can clearly see that the social transformation of Uganda, the socio-economic transformation of Uganda is not only in the people, but there's also development. At West Nile, we have seen the tarmacking of key roads. For example, the road from Arua to Oraba. We are now, the road from Koboko to Yumbe is in progress. The road from Arua to Yumbe is in progress. The road from Yumbe to Moyo is in progress. Strategically, we have received the power, and we also have seen great strides in the education sector. Today you have witnessed the Secretary General also offering a support of 5 million shillings to the education fund of Koboko, where we holistically stand together with the government in recognizing the role played by the NRM government in ensuring that our children are educated.
Right now our budget has improved. It used to be low. At least you can testify when you go to the hospital, it's not like it used to be. There is improvement. So when we see the little improvements coming in our district, that means that your MPs have put effort. There is no one that will say I did it alone. It is a lie.
The High Court Criminal Division has scheduled a ruling on the bail application of Molly Katanga, widow of the late Henry Katanga, for February 21st, 2025. Now, Katanga's legal team filed a bail application in Kampala, citing her poor health and prolonged detentions as reasons for release.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Abantu be Buloba mwena olwako olwaleero tuli wamwe wano ku St. Paul Kindergarten nga tukuze kukola ki tuze kuwa muzadde waffe eyawangudde school fees za mwaka mulamba. Kyeyakoze jogajoga yasasuza school fees we n'akozesa school pay bw'atyo n'awangula.
Nasooka kwogera amannya ga mwana mulala ngenda okuwulira ng'asiriikiridde. Nendowooza twakinzizeemu si kituufu ne mugamba nyinawo abaana babiri kyava mbuza omulala yaani ne mubuulira amannya ge n'angamba oyo oli muwanguzi waffe ne MTN Momo wawangudde school fees gwe muwanguzi wa wiiki eno.
Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You are now entered a draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Government of Uganda presents Post Buses in Uganda, operated by Posta Uganda. We specialize in professional transport, courier and vehicle hire services across Uganda. Our routes include Kampala Masaka Mbarara Kabale Chisoro, Kampala Mukono Jinja Mbale via Tirinyi Road Soroti Lira, and Kampala Luero Kamudini Gulu Kitgum. Our main offices are located at the Post Office Head Office on Kampala Road, with booking services available at counters 23 and 24 at the General Post Office. You can also book at designated district post offices along our routes. For inquiries or bookings, please contact us on 0751 684 184 Posta Uganda. We deliver trust.
Agriculture is Uganda's economic backbone, employing about 70% of the working population and contributing 20% of the GDP. As the world becomes a digital global village, ICT has proven to increase productivity in the agricultural value chain. UKUSAF, through its Strategic Plan 3, recognizes the importance of access and usage of us to live, learn, work and participate in a digital society.
We came up with a project which we took to UKSAF, and we're happy that UKSAF supported it. That project is called ICT for Farmers. What did we get from ICT for Farmers? We managed to skill up to 100,000 farmers.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. We continue with the National Water and Sewage Corporation that have contracted Sogea Satom Engineering Company to implement a water extension project in Masaka City. The Managing Director, National Water and Sewage Corporation, Dr. Engineer Silva Mujisha, asked area local leaders to support the project for timely completion.
City that will include the construction of a new intake of water treatment plants in Bukakata on Lake Victoria aims at improving water supply reliability in the area.
That the water in Masaka comes from Nabaju's swamp, water from a swamp, or it has water quality issues, raw water quality issues, and therefore treating it is costly, leave alone the hydraulic challenges.
The project is fully funded by the Government of Uganda and the French Development Agency with a total value of 49 million euros and is scheduled for completion in 2 years.
We are going to serve, the area to be served is Masaka City Council and the surrounding areas.
The contractor, Sogea Satom, reaffirms its commitment to collaborating with local leaders to ensure the project is completed within the stipulated time frame as per the terms of the contract while respecting environment rules.
We are going to conduct this contract the way based also on our experience and using the same measures, but is interacting with the communities.
Making sure that we incorporate source protection measures and environmental protection so that we can sustainably be able to produce water and give it to the people. So the lake will have to be protected, mainly the source, the neighboring source where we're going to get the water from, and we would have to lay the pipeline in such a way that the people are not, the social safeguards are well catered for. We don't affect the community we're coming.
National Water and Sewerage Corporation Managing Director Dr. Engineer Silva Mugisha appeals to Masaka City leaders to support the project by rallying residents to grant passage of water pipes in their areas.
So there is nobody we expect to put roadblocks for the project, because that would not be good, especially the elected leaders. They are elected to serve their people, and one of the ways of doing that is to make sure that they remove all the impediments.
The project is expected to enhance water accessibility in Masaka City and surrounding areas, serving over 400,000 people by the year 2045. Cayenne Faith, Regan Ahumuza for UBC.
In more stories, the government, in collaboration with development partners, has officially launched the National Implementation Plan for the Global Compact for Migration. This new tool is designed to align Uganda's migration policies with global standards and regional priorities. The Commissioner for Refugees at the Ministry of Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugee Affairs, Patrick Okello, urged development partners to increase their support to Uganda, cater for the number of refugees.
Uganda has the largest refugee population in Africa, with over 1.8 million persons, mostly from South Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo. This has placed a strain on Uganda's infrastructure, healthcare and education sectors, all in the name of promoting Ubuntu, the African value of humanity and solidarity.
I want to take this opportunity to extend our appeal to the EU that, considering the increasing number of refugees in Uganda and the high level of displacement, and considering the new global trends which have necessitated a review of funding for humanitarian assistance, EU, can you kindly bridge the gap? As a country, we recognize that regular migration pathways are vital for protecting migrants, fostering economic growth, and achieving Uganda's Vision 2040.
The Commissioner for Refugees, Patrick Okello, represented the Ministry of Relief, Disaster Preparedness and Refugee Affairs at the launch of the National Implementation Plan on the Global Impact for Migration, which took place at the Sheraton Hotel in Kampala.
We see people resorting to asylum channels, including many without a basis for their claim. This congests asylum systems, creates delays for migrants waiting to have their status determined, and in turn, this can negatively impact the efficiency of migration systems and public and political support for migrants as well as for refugees. Hence the need to streamline the migration pathways. And this, of course, has been done in Uganda through the development of the plan which we are launching today.
The migration is one of the issues that is very, very close to the sovereign heart of the state. So you will also see, apart from that, the Global Compact for Migration is a non-binding mechanism like the SDGs aspirations, that what our leaders of the international communities want to work towards in order to make migration safe, orderly and regular. It also gives the state really the opportunity to choose where are the priorities for a state in the implementation of the Global Compact for Migration.
The Migration Governance Indicators Report was also launched during the ceremony. The chairman of the National Coordination Mechanism on Migration spoke on the importance of the migration governance indicators.
Talked about. There are benefits. When we are talking of indicators of assessment, for instance, today you had remittances, people who move out of here and go to work abroad, they send here almost 2% of the GDP. This is much more than some of the sectors are producing. So, but for us to achieve that, migration management must be orderly, safe, and humane.
This department works to unify efforts across sectors to ensure that the migration agenda is prioritized. Dorcas Kimono, UBC News.
Government of Uganda, through the Office of the Prime Minister, together with World Food Programme, have signed a memorandum of understanding for the 5 years initiative of school feeding in Karamoja Phase 2. Government, through the Minister of Karamoja Affairs, has made commitment of 500 million Ugandan shillings annually towards Karamoja Feeds Karamoja initiative.
Government, through the Ministry of Karamoja Affairs under the Office of the Prime Minister, has committed a contribution of 500 million shillings to World Food Programme to support feeding in schools in Karamoja. The initiative is aimed at boosting the local production and ensures farmers in Karamoja supply food to schools in Karamoja sub-region. Karamoja Feeds Karamoja initiative was first launched in 2014 by the then Minister for Karamoja Affairs, now Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Kataha Museveni. Through this initiative, the ministry has been giving Namaru Prison Farm 500 million annually to produce food to supply schools. At least 216,000 children from 320 schools from across the 9 districts of Karamoja sub-region have been benefiting from this school feeding program. Memorandum of Understanding of Karamoja Feeds Karamoja Phase 2 was signed between Government of Uganda through the Office of the Prime Minister and World Food Programme. The function was officiated by the Minister of Karamoja Affairs, Peter Lokoris.
The new thing is the crops have been introduced Karamoja and especially grown by ladies and school children. When they are ready, the World Food Programme, which is our partner in this, does not have to go to buy food for schools from elsewhere. It must buy school food within Karamoja. In Karamoja, the women are so excited of cultivating and selling this. This has boosted their productivity initiative. Now they are producing a lot of food, which now they are selling to the neighboring countries. They are selling to Kenya. That's the side of Turkana, which is also dry. Then the South Sudan, giving people money, which the NRM government says everybody should work to have money in his or her pocket.
At the same function, the district officials across Karamoja sub-region also signed the implementation plan.
To thank the government of Uganda, we want to thank our partner World Food Programme for this special project, the school feeding project. Education in Karamoja is one of the key gaps that is actually letting the region behind.
Country Director World Food Programme, Prayo Marcus, applauded the government of Uganda for the commitment in improving feeding in Karamoja.
Happy that today the government has committed to come on board with their own contribution, but we continue to work very closely with all our donors to fund, raise for resources for the school feeding here.
The State Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Florence Nambozo, decried increasing environmental degradation in Karamoja.
But we are the ones supposed to take care of our environment. I have acknowledged that and appreciated that Karamoja has got a lot of stone because we have so many mountains. Is it possible for us to start building our houses using stone? Can we look for mechanisms of having this stone cut probably into bricks, sort, so that we do not use wood and our own grass?
The Under-Secretary, Pacification and Development at the Office of the Prime Minister, Semogerere Mugarura, graced the event.
Okay, that what program has been very magnanimous, and they have given us a so-called open check, where we are only supposed to contribute 500 million as government, and in response they are contributing $7.2 million in food aid to the people of Karamoja, and this is going to enable children to stay in schools, and we believe that with this signed memorandum, the number is going to go up, and the people in Karamoja, especially the children, are going to have a smile on their faces.
Kabong Women Farmers Group, which has been supplying food to World Food Programme, called for support with farming equipment.
A headmaster in Luwero district has praised the competence-based curriculum for its ability to transform and professionalize education delivery, benefiting both learners and teachers. Ronald Katose Sanga, who is the headmaster of secondary school, says that the student-centered curriculum is one of the most significant reforms in Uganda's O-level education system. Details follow.
A headmaster in Luwero district has commended government for introducing the curriculum, stating that it has helped address the challenge of students who attend classes regularly but previously failed to qualify for certificates.
There are competences that even teachers follow up in class to see. That's why we do continuous assessment. Others are skills that this learner has acquired. So this assessment looks at the aggregate of the entire student what this student has acquired generally as assessed by both the teachers and the external examiners who score them during UNEB exams.
Candidates interviewed expressed their aspirations to pursue careers in science-related fields.
My future plans, I want to do medicine as well.
I as well wish to become a business administrator in the future if things do go well as they are right now.
Luwero SS had 246 candidates sit for the UNEB O-level exams and all qualified for the UCE certificate.
Knowledge acquisition is not entirely the determinant of what a learner or a child is capable to perform. There are those learners who are gifted naturally with academic knowledge, but those who are taken to be low achievers could also be blessed with the other skills, other competencies, which can make them survive very well in this world.
Meanwhile, the director of Destiny Christian High School, Daniel Sajabi, praised the competence-based curriculum, saying it ensures that students who regularly attend classes do not fail exams, thereby safeguarding the education system from the embarrassment of diligent learners completing school without certification.
But I would say that in this situation, those who have failed can be open up to other options of skills, of vocational section. So no student should say, I cannot make it anymore. So we just encourage that whoever has not made it to the way they expect, there is always a way, only that you have to inquire from the right people with the right knowledge.
The headmistress of Destiny Christian High School, Constance Karamoja, attributed the school's outstanding performance to teachers' strict adherence to competence-based curriculum practices.
I want to thank my staff members. They are professional, they are so welcoming, so loving, and they know what to do. So they created a teamwork, and that's why we have really performed so well. I want also to thank our directors. They have been providing all the necessary requirements, and it's one of the factors that have contributed to this.
Finalists from Destiny Christian High School credited the exam success to closely following their teachers' guidance.
Being time manager, revising hard, being friendly also made me, because this is a new curriculum, we are so friendly to the teachers.
Thank my teachers, my parents, who supported me very well, and I passed.
Destiny Christian High School had 109 candidates sit for the UNEB O-level exams and all passed with flying colors.
The Orthodox Church has commended government for the support that it's giving the church ahead of Pope and Patriarch of Alexandria, His Beatitude Theodorus II's visit to Uganda on a 3-day visit from the 18th to the 21st of this February 2025. During the press conference held at St. Nicholas Orthodox Church Namungona, the chairperson, also Member of Parliament for Remiaga County, Theodorus Sechikubo, clarified on Pope's movement while in Uganda.
We expect him to arrive on the 18th. He will be received at Entebbe International Airport in the afternoon. Thereafter, he will have audience with His Excellency the President, and other functions shall take place thereafter. Now, on the 19th, Patriarch and Pope Theodorus II will be celebrating the Holy Liturgy at St. George and Andrew Orthodox Church, Rwemiyaga, starting at 10 a.m. So all roads lead to Rwemiyaga, where we shall have the Holy Liturgy. Now, the following day, that will go on till the end of the day of 19th. Now, on the 20th day, the Holy Patriarch. We hope and we look forward to the Pope guiding us, the believers, and the whole country about the prospects of having peace in this country, the maintaining of peace, the sustaining of peace, more so now that we are entering a turbulent period, an electioneering year. There ought to be much fallout. But with the guidance and the blessings of the Patriarch and Pope, we hope everything will be fine.
To thank everybody who has given us money, everyone who has been there for this to happen. I want to thank the Speaker of Parliament, the members of Parliament, the different ministers who have come through for us, government, and everybody who has done whatever it is to make sure this happens. I call upon everyone out there, especially the Orthodox Christians, even those who are not Orthodox Christians, please come around, be with us, celebrate with us, welcome our Pope or our Patriarch with us, and get the good message from him. He has always carried a good message every time he comes here. And about peace in the country, we all know where we are going, where we are headed to. Many people are worried. They don't know what is coming forth. They don't know what will come out of the elections. Of course, I know some people think they know what will come out already. But all we pray for is peace and harmony.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Abantu b'Ebulova mwenna olunaku olwaleero tuli wammwe wano ku St. Paul Kindergarten nga tukuze kukola ki? Tuze kuwa muzadde waffe eyawangudde school fees za mwaka mulamba. Kyeyakoze jogajoga yasasuza school fees we ng'akozesa school pay bw'atyo n'awangula.
Nasooka kwogera amannya ga mwana mulala ngenda okuwulira ng'asiriikiridde. Nenooza tewakinzizemu si kituufu ne mugamba nyinawo abaana babiri kyava mbuza omulala y'ani ne mubuulira amannya ge n'angamba oyo oli muwanguzi waffe ne MTN Momo wawangudde school fees gwe muwanguzi wa wiiki eno.
Dial *165 *80 hash. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees for your child for a whole year.
The holiday table is set. Steam rises from freshly prepared dishes. Family photos line the walls, but one chair remains empty. An empty chair that wasn't supposed to be empty today. All because someone thought arriving 5 minutes earlier was worth speeding through that last corner. No destination. This festive season, thousands of chairs across our country should not remain empty. Chairs that hold our fathers to Uganda and maritime cargo.
Welcome to UBC Business News. Government of Uganda has promised to enhance digital inclusion by pushing for more affordable data and greater access to smartphones, ensuring that more citizens can participate in the digital economy. This was revealed during the launch of a partnership between Airtel Uganda and Choice Africa to celebrate African music and promote digital empowerment ahead of the highly anticipated Choice Awards in Zanzibar later this month.
The price of data is going down. This is why we've made this investment since 2019 when we made the network 100% 4G. But the investment in the network is not enough. We are engaging government to ensure that we take affirmative action as a country on the cost of smartphones. The cost of smartphones is still high. We still have a tax of about 35% on smartphones. That is, the growth in smartphone penetration is growing but slowly. Would love to see affirmative action, and we are aware government is taking action, including in setting up factories, set up phones here, but the movement needs to move faster, and we will continue to engage government to ensure, and partners. Last year we signed up device partnerships for people who are buying devices on on loan, on hire purchase, to ensure that we place the smartphone in the hands of many Ugandans. When that happens, the average cost of data per GB goes down because the total cost of running the network is spread among many millions of Ugandans to ensure that the cost of data goes down. Wide campaign, we are not only investing in Uganda, the Trace Music Awards are an African campaign, and Airtel Africa, including Uganda, has invested millions of dollars to ensure that these awards take place. So we'll continue to invest in activities in the music talent, the music industry, to ensure that we support our young musicians to produce good music so that it is available for the entertainment of everybody.
Uganda's hope of hosting the 2027 African Cup of Nations as part of the Karamoja bid are being boosted by the first works by the contractors Suma at Hoima City Stadium. When one visits Hoima, and in particular at the City Stadium, all evidence is that Uganda is soon making history as host of African Cup of Nations in 2027.
When production is done, they're just lifting and placing. These are the ones.
When one visits Hoima, and in particular at the City Stadium, all evidence is that Uganda is soon making history as host for the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations.
The area is not safe enough, but this is where the VVIPs sit. So as you move to the other side, there's a box, gets out, watches the football from here, and so on and so forth.
The dream to be achieved for Uganda is enabled by Turkish construction firm Suma that was picked after thorough due diligence and hasn't disappointed yet. Just 5 months down the road, and the stadium construction is impressing many with strides taken as this 20,000-seater stadium become a reality.
The particular visit of today has clearly demonstrated that this project will be finished within the time schedule or less. And from the reports I have been briefed on, most of the procurements have already been concluded, but also the actual structural work is near completion. And I've been told that by end of March, the stadium will be, they will be roofing the stadium.
The stadium is located in Paro Division, Chariro Cell in Hoima East, and is on 34.9 acres, 10 of which were offered by the estate of the late Dr. Rujumba, and a further 10 by Federation of Uganda Football Association. The extra 14.9 acres was secured by National Council of Sports for this proposed 484 billion 20,000-seater stadium, whose construction is employing more than 1,000 people, 75% of whom are Ugandan locals. The main pitch will have a grass surface at this facility that will house an athletics track, a training pitch, a semi-Olympic sized pool, a mouse sports indoor arena, and 4 outside courts for volleyball, basketball, netball, and tennis. The construction started in August 2024, and projections show that roofing is due March or April, with all indication pointing to a timely 31st December Confederation of Africa football inspection. This Hoima City Stadium is one of those submitted to host the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations, to be hosted with Kenya and Tanzania. The others are Mandela National Stadium Nambole and Akibwa Olympic Stadium, while Wankuluka and Chambugo are lined up as some of the training venues. But for a successful hosting of the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations, infrastructure like roads, accommodation and health facilities have got to be top-notch. Ngabo Amon, reporting for UBS TV.
That's all we had for you tonight. From the team and I, have a lovely night and hope you enjoyed your Valentine's Day. If you're one of those that celebrated, if you didn't get any flowers, get yourself some. Have a good night. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history.